All right. Let's make sure we got everything squared up here, Derek, before we get rolling. But I believe we are live. Commish, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Saturday morning, we got a little U6 and U10 soccer in first thing this morning, but we're back at the homestead now and gearing up for a great weekend. Obviously, a few weeks out from Detroit as well, which is super exciting. Really ecstatic about some of the matches that we have already slated and a few more that are going to be announced here this coming week. So,
And with that being said, let's just dive right into it. We do have Detroit coming up in just a few weeks. Give me the date, time, run down all the housekeeping stuff. Where can we get tickets? All the
yeah,
stuff there, Commish.
absolutely. So, Thursday, September 25th, we're at Wayne Memorial High School in Wayne, Michigan, which is just outside of Detroit in that Detroit metro area. But tickets are on sale now, cwawrestle.com. So, people starting to scoop some tickets here last night and the night prior. So, they're starting to move a little bit. We got a lot of groups of schools and such that are going to be coming into the Wayne Memorial area as well to be there for this showcase. So really excited about some of the things that we have going on, not just with the wrestling itself, but some things within the event too, which we're going to be announcing those things this week as well. So really excited about all of that. But yeah, go to cwawrestle.com. You can order a shirt as well if you want to have one there for you waiting, or if you want to have one sent to you before the event starts, you go and get that this week. It'll be there in no time at all for you. So get yourself geared up and ready to roll for CWA Showcase 6 in Detroit.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we went live. We've been
Yep.
live with the people. We did uh, Pittsburgh a couple months ago, and then we just had Jersey. We just recapped Pittsburgh on a long form episode. Derek and I broke it down, and then we also had Chad Walsh come on. Derek, that was a great episode, a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Chad's obviously awesome to have on anytime, and I think he's ready to compete now that the leaves are starting to change a little bit. I know for him, he was like, summer wrestling's really not my thing, but get me in the fall and we'll be ready to roll again. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. We're going to have him coming up on a showcase as well. We're finalizing a match for him coming up, and one of these future showcases won't be at Detroit, but he'll be either in Williamsport or the Lehigh Valley. So yeah, but an awesome episode. Great to talk with him. Pittsburgh was amazing, as we talked about in that long form episode. I know we kind of discussed, right, Donnie, just getting back to more of these short form ones. It seems like it works best for everybody. Just kind of surrounding what we're doing with these 9-minute goes, having these short form ones though.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way to reach the people, get you guys, watching, showing what we're doing. But also, when we're all done with this, if you don't catch the whole thing, we're going to download it. We're going to put it on Spotify. We're going to put it on YouTube, so you guys are able to go back and catch up with us. We're going to try to do these as much as possible. But with that being said, let's go in to Jersey. Just the last showcase that we had out there at Tom's River. Great event. Five pro matches, one undercard match. Um, just break down your overall thoughts of that for me, DC.
Yeah, the wrestling was amazing. I think that the guys that were there competing, even starting in that undercard match with the Mercenaries,
Sorry,
with Brock.
five total
Yeah.
matches, 4-1. I apologize.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, no, you're good. You're good. So Brock Biddle and Matt Weinberg, that was an awesome match to kick things off. And Weinberg's really making a name for himself. He had Scott Jewell on the ropes back in Pittsburgh, and then he came back here in New Jersey and put on a pretty good show for the New Jersey fans as well. Yeah, so that was a great start to it. Brian Courtney dropping a weight class to face Giuseppe Ray. He looked really good at 130 pounds, and I know he's going to be in Williamsport competing as well. So just a little tidbit on what things to
he's
come
a
in
problem,
October.
buddy. He is a problem. He's got a gas tank. My man runs ultra marathons.
Yeah, yeah,
He's got some juice in him, no doubt.
yeah, no doubt. So that was a great match. I mean, I think he surprised a lot of people the way he came out on his feet and got right after Giuseppe real early. Then moving into to Brucky and Scott Jewell, that was an awesome match. A lot of scramble situations there where it was 50-50, and it was really in the ref's hands a few times of whether it was a reversal or back points, things of that nature. But ultimately, Brucky getting that takedown in the third to kind of seal things, gave him the win 12-7 in that one. And then the two kind of marquee matchups for New Jersey with Jesse Delavecchia and Quincy Monday. Jesse got one early. He said the whole time, he's like, I want to prove that I can wrestle on my feet with some of the best in the country, and he did. He got the one takedown in the match and hung on. He figured out a way to keep himself in it with not getting banged with stalling too many times. Even though there was a couple times I thought for sure the ref was gonna bang him earlier, but he hung on and got a 3-2 win there. And then the last match of the night, with Sammy Alvarez and Reese Humphrey, you know, it was just a tight match the whole time. Reese tried a few times to get to the leg and finish, and Sammy just he can cling to you in those situations, and then he snaked one late and rode Reese out and got that 3-1 win. And so that, smaller card from what we traditionally do. I think a lot of it had to do with us just that tight turnaround coming from Pittsburgh, and we gave a lot of the flowers to Pittsburgh, and then coming into New Jersey, we were 3 weeks out. So a little bit of a learning process in that regard for us in preparation for these 5 showcases in 5 months. But yeah, so that was a rundown of CWA Showcase 5. But again, the wrestling was amazing, and I think that all the guys that competed really showed out there.
And yeah, I echo pretty much everything you have to say there. I was not there. First time I wasn't at a showcase. So shout out to the broadcasting crew. They look fantastic. And Nick Costco, Mario Mason, and Jackson Turley, they were fantastic and really brought the heat all night.
Yeah, oh my goodness, they were amazing on the mic, and just the dynamic and the team. Jackson, it was his first time doing something like that, so he really put his self out there in doing that. And he did a great job. So really appreciative of him being a part of the broadcast team as well. I know we've talked about him competing in future events with us, and that talk is still happening. So we're trying to figure out how that best works for him and making sure that he's healthy and ready to roll if he's going to do something like this, because ultimately we want to have the best version of Jackson Turley out on the mat as well, because he's fireworks anytime he steps on the mat and is ready to wrestle.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it's pretty interesting to see how this all plays out, stepping off the mic and onto the mat, backwards, forwards. I love it. And, just some of the guys that you brought in on the mic, of course, Smitty's the guy for the most part, but man, some of the color guys that you've had on, it's just been a fantastic time to be in the earpiece, listening to these guys do their thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, with that being said, let's move down on to what we got coming up. Of course, Detroit. Again, for those that are just popping in, we ran it down a little earlier. But again, Derek, run down how we can get tickets, where it's at, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, so CWAWrestle.com, you can click on the event or the tickets tab. It'll take you right to CWA Showcase 6. You can get those tickets there. Again, there's a lot of schools in the Detroit metro region that are going to be bringing groups in and everything like that. So exciting stuff to have all those kids there. We're tied in with Beat the Streets Detroit as well. We have a high school match, so we're bringing the high school showcase match back. So we'll be announcing that this coming week as well. We might even get it out this weekend. Just have to get a couple final touches on that. But ultimately, these matches that we've announced already for CWA Showcase 6 in Detroit, really solid matchups. You have Cam Amin against Peyton Hall. You got the Doughboy, Gerard Trice, coming back out. He's going to be wrestling Demetrius Thomas, who's had a great summer and putting himself, really in a position to be a national team member, and just kind of moving forward. He gets better and better every time he touches the mat, I feel,
Absolutely.
when Meech is competing. And then, doubling up on the heavyweight matches, because we haven't had them in forever, since the
Give me the
second
big boys.
showcase.
You know I love it. Let's go.
Oh yeah, so So Christian Lance, Nebraska All-American, is going to be taking on Sam Schuyler. So I think those two guys, again, that both very offensive heavyweights. So you're going to see a lot of action, them trading shots, I feel, in that one as well. So we're working on a couple of undercard matches that we're going to add, and those usually end up getting announced week of. We roll them in with the list, let everybody know what's up there, and then we have a couple main card matches that we're finalizing too. So um, for us, like we have a pretty good amount of guys that are interested in competing. I think that they enjoy kind of the process of going through with the showcase show and then the weigh-in show and being able to actually be there that night. We obviously want to give the athletes their flowers and let them really showcase themselves. Not just as athletes, but as people too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think we've done a fantastic job of that. The guys seem to be taking it well on that approach. Just putting themselves out there, really wrestling, to win and to put themselves in the best position. I really enjoy it, and of course, we're going to be doing our showcase show the night before, or the weigh-in show. I'm sorry, the night before. The showcase show will probably be about a week before. But yeah, it's all great things as we head on down the tracks towards Detroit there, Caldwell.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, I mean, I want to give a quick plug too for Williamsport because a little bit of a unique situation there too in terms of opportunity for high school and really elementary and middle school athletes as well. So we're working in conjunction with Matt Town, Lock Haven University's club, and they hold the Fall Classic. Right, that's a big fall tournament before you kick off your high school and middle school and elementary season. It's going to be held at Liberty Arena on the Sunday following our event. But before our event on the Saturday morning, there's actually a dual tournament that is happening. So if people have teams that they want to bring to do the Fall Classic, there's also an opportunity, both a high school division and an elementary/junior high division of a dual tournament that you can enter in that morning. And the guys and the teams that bring kids, they get into CWA Showcase 7 in Williamsport at Liberty Arena. That is a part of your entry fee into the dual tournament. So just a little bit more opportunity for the kids to be around wrestling. Everything's going to be in one area at Liberty Arena that entire weekend. There's no need to go. I know some people were like, well, we have to go to Williamsport for the event, and then we go to Lock Haven the next day for the Fall Classic. It's all going to be together in Williamsport that entire weekend. So great opportunity for a lot of wrestling, to see some really high level wrestling in whitetail country, and so we're excited to bring that to the fans of Central PA.
And for those of you that haven't been out to Williamsport or the Liberty Arena, there's plenty of hotels in the area. A great place to take your kids, and just to honestly, for me, it's a pretty easy drive right across the old turnpike there. But yeah, man, that's a great opportunity for to get some great mat time before the season actually starts. As we're getting really close
Yeah,
towards the season.
yeah, 100%. And so we obviously want to create opportunity for our athletes to compete, our senior level, our professional athletes, but then also, for these kids to be able to come into town and compete on the same mats that those guys are going to be competing on earlier in the day. Just makes sense for everybody.
No doubt about it. All right, Caldwell, anything else for me before we leave the people go?
No, I think just everybody, that's in the Michigan area, or if you're in northern Ohio, it's going to be a worthwhile trip to come up to Wayne Memorial High School on September the 25th. I know it's a school night. I know it's Thursday night, a little bit different setup, but ultimately, wrestling's going to be great. We're really excited for the matchups that we have and the ones that we're going to be announcing here this week. So, CWAWrestle.com, get your tickets there, and we'll see you guys. Well, we'll see you on here before we're in Detroit, but
Yeah.
we'll see you guys Thursday, September 25th as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For the commish, Derek Caldwell, and your boy, D Hall, that was the CWA Live 9 Minute Go. We'll see you guys next time.
Later.